cuties, how are you doing? I hope that you are doing so well. Today I'm going to be recreating the first set of nails that I ever did when I started doing my nails 1 year ago. This set isn't on my channel because I didn't create my YouTube channel until about a month after I started doing my nails. So yeah, this is going to be the first time that you guys have seen this set, but I'm going to recreate it and we're gonna see how far I've come. And I'm also going to share with you some tips on what I've learned along the way. This past year I've still got a long way to go, but if you're interested, stick around. Let's get into it. So the first set that I ever did, that set right there, was a Gel X set. It was with medium coffin full cover tips by Beetles. I know, like, look at that. Like, what even is that shape? All I know is that is definitely not coffin, but I did use the medium coffin tips to do it. So I'm gonna stick to the coffin shape and the full cover tip method, and I'm gonna stick with the same design, but I'm just going to try to improve it and make it better because obviously these aren't fantastic. I mean, I thought they were really epic at the time and I was so proud of them, but now looking back at them, I think that I can improve a bit. So I'm just gonna start with prepping these crusty nails. I have a bit of lifting, and this one I kind of already showed you guys in the last video. It lifted. Honestly, this is the first time that I've experienced a lot of lifting with my nails in the year that I've been doing it, which is actually quite surprising. It's only a little bit and I don't think it's anything to worry about. So you can see it's like lifted. I'm just gonna cut off that part that's lifted as best I can. And then I'm just gonna try to be more careful about my nails banging into stuff. But I mean, if my nails get any worse with the lifting, I might have to take a break from wearing nails for a while, which would be really sad and I don't want to do that. But anyway, let's get on with it. So even though I prepped these like literally only a day ago, they never seem to not be crusty. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go in with my cuticle softener, which is in this 1 kill gel remover bottle. This is cuticle softener though, not 1 kill gel remover. And I'm going to push back my cuticles a bit just because I just hate when it looks like there's any dead skin on my nail bed. I just don't like it. I don't like it at all. Like, look at that. I told you, there's always dead skin. Always. I remember one thing that I did when I first did my nails is when I was prepping them, I used this little like cuticle scraper tool thing and totally butchered my cuticles and they were bleeding so much. So that just like added an extra hour to the entire process because I was trying to wait for them to stop bleeding. So from now on, I just do it with my cuticle pusher and my cuticle softener, and I've learned that is the best way. Except for when there are little pieces of skin like over here in the corner, which I can like obviously see. I did actually buy a new set of cuticle nippers. There are these Mr. Green ones from AliExpress. I will link them down below. And these have actually been helping my cuticle care so much because sometimes I just take them and I will just nip off that tiny bit of skin. And I feel like I haven't been cutting myself as much, if at all. See, like I just cut that off and now it looks all clean. And I'm just going to do the same over here. And it definitely also helps to only use a cuticle nipper when your cuticles are softened, because that way you can actually tell what's the dead skin and what's not. But I still really try to be very sparing with these and stick mostly just to my cuticle pusher. Even after an entire year of doing my nails, they still scare me. So yeah, cool. So now I'm just gonna clean those off with some isopropyl alcohol. So cleaning my cuticles only took me like 10 minutes, if 10 minutes even, while filming instead of like an hour and a half that first time that I did it. So now I'm gonna apply my dehydrator and my primer. I remember when I first started doing my nails, I was trying to get into it, which I am going to talk about why I started doing my nails by myself and like what kind of just got me into it. But I remember when I was first trying to learn and trying to figure out like what I should buy and everything, it was so frustrating and it took me like a week to decide what I wanted to buy because I just like, there was just like so many different products that you could buy. And I didn't know if I should buy the more expensive ones or the cheaper ones or what was the difference. So that's why I created that video about like everything you need to start doing your nails at home by yourself. And I have that checklist that I usually always include in my description box for easy access so that anyone who is wanting to start can just go to that checklist. Everything is like the best prices that I could find and just what I would buy if I could go back knowing what I know now. So they're all prepped, and I actually also went ahead and put the base coat on. So for the tips, I'm going to be using these extra long coffin ones, and I've actually already got them all sized out. But before I put them on, I am going to prep them with some acid-free primer, and I'm just going to do this by kind of scrubbing it into the inside of the tip where it's going to touch my natural nail or the base coat on my nail. I wanted to use extra long tips instead of like the other coffin ones that I used in the past, because I kind of wanted to do these nails like how I like my nails today. I want to have that same feeling of happiness that I had when I did that set of nails, because you guys, I was so happy with that set of nails when I did it, and I thought that they were like long. Like, some of you guys are afraid of doing longer nails, and I just want to tell you that I did not start off doing extra long nails. I got the medium length nails and I cut them down because I thought they were too long. Honestly, reaching the length that I do now is something that took a long time of just slowly incrementing how long my nails are and how long I like to have them. So yeah, if you watch like nail videos and you think like, dude, I could never have my nails that long, I'm not even gonna bother, just know that I did not start off having them this long, and they do not need to be this long for you to be happy with them and for them to be super cute. I actually like doing short nails every now and then. I get bored of the length sometimes, and then I go back down to short, and I enjoy having short nails, and then I'll go back to long and it feels long again. I just like to change it up. But for these ones, I am doing them extra long because I like extra long, and I also want them to match the length on this hand. Okay, so I'm gonna put them on with my non-stick solid nail glue gel. This is just kind of like the most convenient way I have found to do it. I don't do it like this all the time because sometimes I get kind of bored of the method of just being able to stick them on so easily, and I like changing it up and doing it with my regular nail glue gel. But when I first started, I actually used IBD hard gel to put on my full cover tips, which honestly is not a great idea. I saw this one girl on YouTube do it. Hard gel is fine, it's just hard gel doesn't soak off. So I would really recommend that you use a soft gel, like a regular gel that soaks off so that you don't damage your nails, especially if you're a beginner. But yeah, since then I have grown to use regular nail glue gels and solid non-stick nail glue gels. Okay, but let me actually tell you guys the story of why I started doing my nails. So when I was younger, I actually was not one of those girls who had their nails done all the time. Actually, I've only gotten my nails done in a salon once in my entire life. It was just always something that just like seemed kind of, I wanted it. Like, I'd see girls who would have their nails done and I'd be like, oh, I wish I could have my nails done like that. But then it was just like always like so expensive. So I never had my nails done in a salon until one day around 2 years ago. It was my sister's birthday week, and my mom took us to the salon to get our nails done for my sister's birthday. And I got something super simple. Like, I just got like the shortest little nude almond nails, and I thought that they were so amazing. Like, I was literally in love with them, and they cost like $50 or $55 just for those like short almonds. I'm pretty sure they were acrylic. It's quite tragic though, because I worked at Starbucks at the time and we weren't supposed to have acrylic nails or any sort of product on our nails when we worked there, because it could like contaminate the food, stuff like that. It could like fall off into someone's drink, I guess. So my manager told me I had to remove them, and I ended up having to pry them off only a week after I got them done, which was really sad. But soon after that, I actually quit my job at Starbucks, and after I quit, I was so excited to be able to put stuff on my nails. So I actually started just using clear press-ons and cutting them down really short and like painting them with this gel polish that my mom had, because my mom used to do gel nails, and then also regular nail polish. And that was fun, but they would obviously like, they would fall off and they weren't that great. And so I would kind of just paint my nails with nail polish, whatever. I've liked having my nails done. I just never really got them done, is what I'm trying to say. And then one day my sister went to go get her nails done with her friend for her friend's birthday. And I remember she came home and she was crying because she spent $60 for her some short, like square French tips, and she hated them so much. She thought they were so ugly, and she was like crying, and I felt so bad for her. And I was like, she spent $60 to get something that she's not even happy with. That sucks. And I'm the type of person who, like, when they see something and they're not happy with it, I'm like, I bet I could learn to do that myself. So I started looking into doing it myself, and I was very hesitant at first because it seemed like a lot of money to buy all the supplies for. It was going to be like $150 to $200 to buy all the supplies to do it myself, because I was buying like the gelish top coat and base coat, which is like $35, like super unnecessary, but it was enough to start, and I was really, really happy with it when I did it my first time. And then I did my sister's nails and I did my mom's nails, and I was so happy. And then I just fell in love with doing my nails, and I would change them literally every week. And then yeah, I've been doing my nails ever since. Literally every single week I change them, and it's been a year. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy to think about it. Kind of crazy. Alrighty, so there's the tips, all nice and filed and crisp. I'd say that my shaping has improved a bit. Maybe just a little bit. I don't know, you let me know. You let me know. Do you think my shaping has improved? Comment down below. Comment down below. Anyway, on to the nail art. So for these nails, I was going for the Korean blush aesthetic nail art, and I think that I did an alright job of achieving it. I thought it was an absolute masterpiece, but looking at it now, it looks kind of, yeah. Anyway, I did it before with eyeshadow. That's what I used to create the blush effect, but today I'm just going to be using only gel polish. I'm not going to be using my airbrush or anything, just gel polish, because I think I've gotten pretty good at creating that blush aura kind of effect with just gel and an ombre brush. So that's what I'm going to do today. So I'm just going to start with that layer of nude, and I'm going to use this jelly gel from Born Pretty as the nude base, kind of more of a peachy nude. I've actually never used this before as like a nude, so we'll see how it works. It's definitely very translucent, but I think that it would work if I did 2 coats. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do 1 coat of all of this, and then I'm gonna do a second one. I don't think I ever would have thought that I would have a nail YouTube channel. I mean, I do other stuff on my channel sometimes, but it's mostly nails. I love nails. That's what I love to do on this channel. I've always kind of known that I would start a YouTube channel at some point. Always been what I really wanted to do, but I always thought that it would be like more of just an art YouTube channel, like sketchbook tours, speed paints, because I used to do a lot of drawing. But then I started doing my nails and I was absolutely obsessed with it. Yeah, I'm thinking that this definitely needs a second coat. I think it's just a little too transparent, and it honestly might be a little too peachy as well. Yeah, I think it's honestly too peachy. Okay, let me just see what it will look like if I put a second layer. I think I'm just gonna go with it, to be honest. Like, it's a bit peachy, but I can work with it. Now that they're so orange, I was going to use like this pink for the blush, but I honestly don't think that's gonna show up very well. Let me just do a little testy test. Yeah, definitely need something more red. That's way too pink. All right, I'm sure I can find something. Okay, so I found this one. It's also a semi-jelly, but it's like much more red, and I think that this one is going to be perfect. So I know that this one is already very transparent, but the way that I like to do this is I like to first mix it with top coat. So just make sure this is nice and clean. So I think there's some top coat left in here. Yeah, so I mix a drop of the color I want to use for the blush or the aura with top coat to make it even more sheer than it already is. Oh yes, I think that color is going to be perfect. So I'm just gonna take my little liner brush, get a good drop on there, and then put it right in the middle where I want the blush to be. I'm also doing this with my left hand, so not only am I redoing it a year later, but I'm redoing it with my left hand, which is something that a lot of people are surprised that I can do when they see my nails. I get people asking me if I'm ambidextrous, and I'm like, no, I wish I was. Don't let the idea of it being hard to do nails with your left hand or your right hand if you're left-handed hold you back, because honestly, let me tell you, it gets a lot easier. I mean, yes, it's still hard, but it gets easier. So I've blended that out a lot. You can barely even see it now. So I'm going to take another drop and put it in the middle. And I'm going to blend that out likewise. I'm kind of just trying to loosen the edges of the drop. You could try doing it with blooming gel, but I prefer to do it this way. I feel like I have more control over it. Okay, now that's been blended out a bunch so that you can barely even tell that it's there. But that's the way I like it. So now I'm going to take some from the actual bottle. So some that hasn't been diluted. I'll just put a drop of that on my palette. And I'm going to put a big drop of that in the center. See, that looks so much better than that brighter pink. Okay, and then I'm just going to lightly loosen out those edges as well. And then I pretty much just keep repeating that, adding a little bit more to the center if it looks like it needs more, fraying it out, adding more until I'm happy with how it looks. I'm not even gonna lie, that took a really long time, but I think that I'm happy with that now. I think it's a pretty good sort of like ombre, so I'm definitely going to flash cure that. Oh, it's upside down. I was just trying to make it look as even and smooth as possible, and I think I figured out exactly the way to do it. It has been a minute since I did this sort of like blush ombre, but I think I'm happy with that, and I think it'll look a lot smoother when I actually put the top coat on and everything. So on to the rest of them. Hopefully I can do these faster than this one because that took forever. I actually figured that doing it straight from the bottle instead of mixing it with the top coat at first is actually easier with this one since it's very translucent already. I'm also making sure to wipe off the ombre brush every once in a while because I do want it to stay as dry as possible so that it is like ombreing the gel instead of just like adding whatever's on the brush to my nail. You also want to try to play around with it as little as possible, which I'm honestly not doing a very good job of, but if you can, that's best because the more you start playing around with it, the more you're gonna get air bubbles, which aren't that big of a deal, but if they're one of your pet peeves, then definitely don't play around with it too much. I also just wanted to talk about like how to improve as a beginner or even not as a beginner, just how to improve in general doing your nails, because obviously when I started, that first set that I did took me, first of all, it took me probably like 5 or 6 hours, and obviously it doesn't look that great, probably not even close to what you would get in a salon, and all the supplies cost me around $200 when I first started. When you're first starting and you're spending that much money on supplies and it's taking that much time to get a set that looks like that, it can be pretty discouraging and it can make you feel like giving up and just not doing it. But honestly, the one tip that I can give you to improve and become really amazing at doing your own nails at home is to not let failure discourage you and to keep pushing through and keep practicing no matter how bad at it you think you are. Because let me tell you, no one is going to be amazing at doing anything their first time. Everyone starts somewhere. Really, all it takes is practice. And I'm not saying you have to practice for 600 hours. You definitely don't have to, but just don't get discouraged when you create a set that you don't like. I mean, I'm still creating sets that I don't like all the time. You guys know that. But really what keeps me going and keeps me improving is after every set, honestly, like a day later, I'm like, okay, I'm bored. I want to do more nails. Like I really want to try this, or I really want to try that. Just like not getting bored and just always testing things, experimenting and practicing is really what's going to make you get better. Honestly, I'm here for you guys. Like, I make videos. I try to give you the best tips that I can. But if there's anything specific that you wonder about or that you're having trouble with, you can always leave me a comment and I will get back to you as quick as possible with the best advice that I can possibly give you based on my experience. So just know that I'm here for you guys. That actually took quite a long time to get it to look how I wanted, but I think that it was worth it because I think it looks really good. It looks like a really smooth ombre. I also washed my hands, so that's why there's water droplets under here. I'm definitely going to need to top coat the underneath at some point, but I was thinking, what if I put some of this pink sparkly one that I got in that subscription box in the center of these? I think that might look really cute, just to add a little sparkle, make it a little different. Okay, I just want to add, a little bit. So I'm going to wipe off most of it and just going to like dab it in the center. And then just ombre it out a little bit. I think that's cute. I think that adds just a little something, you know? I'm gonna stick with that. I'm gonna do that to the rest of them real quick. And I'm not ombreing it over the entire nail, just the little center part, so it shouldn't take too long. Plus, it's a lot easier to ombre like clear glitter gels. I love the little touch that like pink glitter added. It looks so nice. I really like it. I really like it. Okay, so I'm gonna save the little Miffy bunny on the thumb for last. And I'm gonna put the little heart charms on each of these ones and top coat them. So in that original set, I used just regular clear hearts, but I was thinking of using these pink sparkly reflective hearts instead, just because, you know, I'm going all out with these ones. I want them to look totally, completely different, but the same. I want them to be the exact same style, but 1 year later. And I think that that would be really pretty. Oh, and I actually got this really cute little plastic dish to put charms in while I'm doing my nails from Shein. Hold up. This is so cute. Adorable. I mean, it's like really basic, but I feel like it's adorable. So I'm gonna put 4 of those bigger ones in there since these are super long. Actually, should we use the bigger ones or like the smaller ones? No, definitely the bigger ones. So 4 of those. Cute. And I'm gonna put those on with my McCart rhinestone glue. And I guess I will just put them all on and then top coat them afterwards, because I actually think that I want to top coat these heart charms. So instead of like putting the gel and the top coat on and then putting the charm, I'm just gonna put the rhinestone gel in the center of each of these. And then I'm gonna put the hearts. Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna flash cure those before they move around. Cute. That is so shiny. So shiny. So shiny. You guys know that song from Moana? All right. I'm gonna go ahead and top coat these because I don't want anything happening to them because I'm done with these 4. I just need to do the little bunny on the thumb. So I'm gonna top coat those 4 real quick. I'm so happy with how these are coming out. I think they're so cute. I remember when I did that first set, I spent like weeks trying to decide which set I wanted to do first. I had so many sets saved on Pinterest, and this Korean blush nail was definitely trending back then, and I was in love with it when I did it, to be honest. I loved it so much. I thought it was amazing. Okay, so I gave that a full cure, and now it's time to do the Miffy Bunny. So the Miffy Bunny is really simple, and I think that it's definitely not going to be hard for me to do it with my left hand. And I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to sculpt it with this solid non-stick gel that I got from Temu. It's a milky white color, and I think that it'll look really soft and cute. In the original set, what I actually did was I sculpted out the Miffy Bunny the night before with polymer clay. So polymer clay is like an oven bake clay. So I sculpted out with polymer clay. I baked it in the oven, and I then painted it with white gel polish and painted the face on with the black gel polish and glued it onto my nail with rhinestone glue gel. But I think that it'll be a lot easier to just sculpt it out with this solid non-stick nail glue gel. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna get out my handy dandy finger gloves so that I can sculpt it with my hands without touching gel with my skin. And I think I'm actually gonna cut a little hole in the top so that my nails will fit through. Oh, well, that was too big of a hole because my whole finger fit through. Okay, let's try that again. I'm gonna cut a very small hole, very small. Perfect. Who says you can't wear gloves with nails, huh? 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 Where there's a will, there's a way. I mean, look at that. That's perfect. Just gonna scoop out a little ball for the face. What I also like about using this gel instead of like actual clay is that it kind of like levels out and softens out on its own to a certain extent, if you know what I mean. Like the little crevices and cracks that might be in it at the moment kind of tend to go away by themselves as it kind of like settles down. Okay, I think that's good. Now for the little ears. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll it out into a little snake, and then I'm gonna cut it with the little knife side of my cuticle pusher. Hopefully that's not too big. I think that's honestly too big. I think that one of these is probably good for 2 ears, to be honest. Because the ears are supposed to be really small, I think. That's kind of one thing that I didn't do very well in my first set. I think I made the ears way too big. I honestly don't really like those ears. Okay, wait, let me try again. First of all, I think the face needs to be a little bit more long, and then the ears need to be fatter but shorter. And then I like to kind of shape them out with my little silicone sculpting tool. Okay, I think that's pretty good. I think that I'm going to decide to stop playing with it because at some point I just keep playing with it and then I make it worse. So I'm going to stop playing with it. I'm going to give it a full 60-second cure so that I can draw on the little face. Okay, I think that that's actually perfect. Now it's time to draw on the little face. So I'm just going to take some of this perfect black from Madame Glam. Although I actually bought a black liner gel from Shein or Temu. It was either Shein or Temu, and I've had it for a while and I haven't even opened it yet. Like low-key just like too lazy to open it. So I'll just use my Madame Glam perfect black as usual, although it would probably be a lot easier to use the liner gel. And to do the eyes, I'm going to use my dotting tool. I find it easiest when you're using your left hand to steady yourself by anchoring your pinky. Okay, yeah, that's obviously terrible and too big. If you want the dots to be smaller, I find it works if you like kind of dab off the dotting tool like this. So if you dip it in there, just like dab it off a couple times, and it should be a lot better. Okay, this is probably going to take me many tries to get it right. Many, many tries. I actually think that that is perfect. So I'm gonna top coat it, and I'm also going to top coat all of the underneaths of them. Before I top coat the underneath though, I am going to take a brush with acetone and clean out all that gross dust from the filing. And then I'm gonna top coat them underneath, and then I will be finished. I'm so happy with how these turned out. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited about how they turned out. You know what's funny though, is I honestly think that I'm probably about as happy with these as I was with like the original version. Like I was so excited about that version. Like y'all think it looks so terrible, so bad, but like the thing is that I had only gotten my nails done in a salon once before, and that one time that I got them done in a salon, it was super simple nude almonds, like super simple. Like it basically just looked like my natural nail, and I loved it. So when I was able to do that on my own nail, I was like so excited. I didn't have anything really to compare it to, so I was just happy. I was ecstatic. Honestly, you guys, don't compare yourself. Don't compare your work, anything about yourself, to other people. Honestly, I know it's easier said than done. I do it too. But honestly, you guys, there's a reason why they say that comparison is the thief of joy. Oh my goodness. I am so happy with how these turned out. Oh my goodness, they're so cute. I think that this little bunny looks so much better with the milky white instead of just like the pure solid white. I think it just adds like a sort of soft cuteness to it. I just love sort of milky colors instead of the just harsh white. I don't know. It just makes it look edible. Like it looks so cute. I'm so happy with this set and comparing it to the original one. I'm really proud of myself for how far I've come, and I'm really happy with how much I've grown this year. And I honestly just want to say thank you to you guys for all of your support and your love through this entire year. You guys have been so amazing and so sweet. Let me know what you guys think of this set. And also, if you have any suggestions for how I could improve it even further next time, because I think I'll do this same set next year when I redo it. I think it would be fun to kind of do a little variation of it every time. Maybe we could change how the bunny looks next time or something, add some rhinestones. I don't know, do something fun with it. But yeah, let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, definitely give it a like. It helps me out a lot, and I really appreciate you for it. You know I do. I hope that you guys are having the most amazing, beautiful week, beautiful life. Sleep well if you are going to sleep. I love you, cutie. I can't wait to grow more with you in the coming year. I will hopefully see you in the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. Okay, bye, cutie. Mwah.